And welcome once again to another fantastic Minecraft tutorial. My name is Dr. Wasabi. In today's Minecraft tutorial, we are making the Mimic Mascot from Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach RUIN DLC. So, to summarize folks, this is essentially a mascot abomination, just with different costumes mashed together, stitched together by the Mimic. So we've got a bit of an elephant on the ear, we have a bird of some kind for the arms, and of course we have that special lion head or main mascot piece that the Mimic kind of has as its main costume, but it's kind of added other stuff onto it. All in all, a really great design by Steelwall. I absolutely love what they've done with this. The whole mishmash vintage mascot costumes is a really creative idea, at least from a design standpoint. So without me blabbering on too long, let's get on to the block list. So let us begin. A quick warning, there is a lot of blocks in this build. It's very detail rich, so please bear that in mind. For the Mimic Mascot build, you need the following block items: grey concrete, blocks of netherite, polished deep slate stairs, slabs and walls, cyan terracotta, blast furnaces, stone brick walls, iron bars, blocks of stone, blocks of gravel, blocks of clay, smooth quartz blocks, bone blocks, polished diorite slabs, regular diorite slabs, iron trapdoors, smooth sandstone, sand blocks, stripped birch wood, stripped oak wood, oak planks, stripped jungle wood, packed mud blocks, brown concrete, brown wool, brown concrete powder, mangrove wood, stripped spruce wood, dark oak planks, light blue terracotta, cyan concrete powder, stripped warped hyphae, prismarine bricks, shroomlight, yellow terracotta, orange stained glass, regular terracotta, pink terracotta, and red terracotta. So without my breath being out of breath so long, that is our block list. Whew, that was a long list to read out, folks. So for anyone in a survival aspect, my main advice is to collect as much brown blocks as possible, as in terms of the build, the hairpiece is one of the most block intensive parts of the build. So all this kind of brown stuff over here. So you've got, of course, you've got the brown concrete, the brown wool especially. You need to get a lot of that. So that's kind of my advice for you survival players. A lot of these blocks you don't really have to use that much of because of the detailing. So please bear that in mind. Now that the block list is out of the way, I think it's time to get in to our time lapse. And we are back from that amazing time-lapse, folks. So if you do like what I do, please like this video and subscribe. Oh my goodness, folks. I am so glad about how this came out, honestly. In all honesty, this was one of the most difficult builds, at least in a while, that I've done, due to the sheer amount of detail and texturing that I had to do to this build in particular. Now, of course, in terms of design, I paid special attention to make it very similar in kind of body proportion to our original Mimic build over there, just to have some sort of continuity with the build itself. The only thing that is a bit different is where the Mimic's head is displayed. It's a bit lower than the Mimic head over there, but that's okay. The sort of logic I put behind it is that, you know, he's got this massive mascot head, like, basically just on top of him, so I imagine his head would have been pushed down a bit, which makes a bit of sense if you think about it. But on a whole, I am very pleased with how this came out. I did not lie to you, folks. This is indeed an abomination of this different stuff stitched together by the Mimic. We have the bird mascot costume on its left arm. We have this kind of unidentified bit on the right. We've got an elephant ear on his right ear over here, and of course the main sort of attraction is the lion mascot costume, which has seen better days. Part of it is completely ripped off with age. You can see part of the stitching at the back, and of course it's all lion tail, which has somehow miraculously survived, you know, who knows how long beneath the Petaplex. In particular, I really like how the bottom bit worked out, because if you look at the mascot costume, it has this sort of gutted belly effect where, you know, all sorts of wires and the cables are just spewing out of its belly, which is a really creative touch by Steelwall. It kind of gives this yeah, a bit more of a creepy vibe, if you do get me. So that was a particular detail I enjoyed remaking, as well as the sort of like varsity jacket kind of thing that the lion's wearing. I suppose L is for lion. Rather than the L that was dealt to the Mimic at the end of FNAF Security Breach RUIN. I know I did say that this was one of the hardest builds to do, but if I had to say what was the hardest part of this build, I would have to say this hairpiece. This hairpiece in general took more time than perhaps most of the build put together. It's so big. I did say this when it came to building Roxanne in my original Roxanne Wolf video. Things like hair pieces and stuff like that are a nightmare to build. It's so lengthy, but overall I really like how it came out. It's well worth it, at least in my opinion. So there we go, the Mimic mascot costume from FNAF RUIN. And of course, don't worry folks, I will be making a lot of the other costumes as their own separate builds, so make sure to look out for that. My name has been Dr. Wasabi. I bid you a most pleasant good evening, and of course, as always, God bless.
And now, folks, it is time to say good night. We sincerely appreciate your viewing and hope we've succeeded in providing you with an enjoyable evening of entertainment. Stay happy and come back again soon. Good night.